Yo, what's up, YouTube? Hey, chat. uh, I'm Hello Kitty, 2019, and this is like my guide on how to buy a car. Again, let me give you my background. I have no car experience. I'm not a salesman, or I've been selling cars for 20 years or anything like that. I'm just a regular guy that wanted to help a friend buy a car, and got really too much into it. You know what I mean? Like the research, the looking up the videos and stuff like that. And then like this video is just me condensing like my experience over like 2 days on what happened. So I'm gonna break this down into like culture, environment, then the rule, like the steps, and then like final thoughts or like things that I wish I knew or things I'm still struggling with. You know what I mean? So all right, let's get into it. So environment and culture. And when I mean environment is like, okay, you going into like a war zone right now. Like it's not chill, right? Like these people want to get the most amount of money from you and you just want to get the cheapest amount of money from you. So I mean from them, like cheapest amount of money you want to spend from them. So like you really like need to prepare your mind to this. So I'm gonna go through some stuff that like you might help you do that, and like so let's get into it. So like number one, you gotta think like yo, it's a used car, right? So it's gonna have scratches, it's gonna have all of that, but like it's a used car, right? So this is expected to just look used and feel used if you're buying a used car. You know what I mean? Like and stuff like that. New car different. Actually, I'm just gonna say this whole thing is just about for used cars. I'll put it on the title just for used cars. But like you going through that is it's just a used car. So this is what happened. Like sometimes like I went with my friend and like she saw the used car and she was feeling the used car, right? But like I want you to prep your mind. Like you're not buying the used car for you. Like think about it like this. Think about like if you have somebody that you love. Like think about like I am going to buy a car for somebody that like I love or I respect. So they're going to be super critical about what things I pick, right? So everything, little tiny thing, like you want to like it point out. I actually recommend just bringing like a notebook or something like that, and you just jotting it down, and stuff like that. Because like you might be like super in love with the color, and you might ignore like the gaping hole on the roof. You know what I mean? Or like the seams or not something like that. So that's that. Number two is like okay, I'm on like if you're buying. It depends where you're buying this used car, right? And I'm talking about like used cars from like dealerships that like not like the Toyota dealerships, not like the Ford dealerships, like those dealerships that's like I'm gonna post like some photos on this video, stuff like that look like this, like you know how the sticker, you know this like the typical like looking like they maybe have like a mechanic in the back, like an in-house mechanic, you know, a few salesmen, there's like a balloon thingy, free coffee, stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. This stuff that those places, they're sleazy. They're exactly what you think they are. They're like sleazy car salesmen. In my opinion, the ones I went to, they was just textbook like garbage, and so you just gotta prepare like that, like your mind, like you're gonna be pissed off, you're gonna get mad, right? You're just gonna be like not like you're gonna get disrespected, right? Especially if you follow the rules, you're definitely gonna get disrespected, right? Just keep in mind, like, you know, this is just where you at. This is just the environment. Like, don't go too crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you get to leave. They have to stay. They have to come back to work tomorrow. Like, just keep that in mind. All right, next one is, like, they're going to lie to you. They're going to straight up lie to you. Like, I haven't seen somebody lie so, like, see a problem happen in, like, we're experiencing a problem together and straight up just lie about the problem ever existing. Right? They're not your friend. No matter how much coffee they offer you, how much they smile at you, or how much they're gonna offer you help, they're not your homie. Right? They're not your friend. They not they're not gonna call you back 5 months later. So how's that car? Like is it driving very well? Like how's it good? Like yo, if it's not anything you want, like bring it back. Bring it back. They're not gonna do anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Right? Your best friend actually is your wallet and your mental health. Right? Keep them tight. Keep them close to your heart because they're gonna try to mess with you, right? No, the next one, like there's egos. No, egos gonna be hurt. especially if you follow the steps, some people's egos are going to be hurt. And when egos are going to be hurt, like they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to hear a deal. There is like don't want to be wrong. And when you're dealing with somebody that doesn't want to be wrong, you can't. You can say anything in this world and they wouldn't even care what you say, right? About that at all. Now, it is what it is. At that point, I just leave. You know what I mean? Like I was like, there's so many of them, and like you know what I mean. I'll just wait another day. The next one for the environment is like sometimes I think most of the time I'm not too sure, but I just went to like two of them. You're not talking to the boss, and when I mean like the boss, like the person that's making the decisions, right? Like the person that you're going to negotiate with, sign all this stuff with, find like all that. Like you're talking to the grunt, right? And sometimes the grunt don't even know anything about. Like I don't even know if it's. I'm just gonna speak in generalizations. I don't know if they know anything about cars, right? Or anything about how fixing a car or anything like that. I don't even know anything about fixing a car like that. My hands are soft. You know what I mean? I love a corner office and an AC, and I complain about anything and everything on this earth. So like, I'm not trying to say like I'm a blue collar worker and I just get down and gritty. Like I'm not that, but like that's what the ChatGPT is for. That's what the YouTube is for. You know what I mean? Like read a book, like that type vibe. But it is what it is. Like you're not talking to the boss. So sometimes when you telling the sales associate like what the problems and stuff like that, it's kind of mostly a waste of time. To be honest, like really, you just like be like like you know what I mean? You just be nodding your head like yeah, there's some issues. Like you don't even have to get into great detail. Cause they yo, I had this sales associate with me, and the mirror, like one of the trim of the mirror, right on like your rear mirror, right trim was Tweedledum and Tweedledee was like playing like trying to put it back right in front of me and saying, "Oh, you broke it. No, you broke it." Like against each other, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna glue it." I'm like, "Glue? Like that's you just replace that. You get a new part and you replace it, right? Like he's in the drive. He's driving with you, and he's hearing all the noises. He's seeing the inspection. He's there with you in the inspection. Like he hear all of it. You go sit down for a negotiation. He said, "Oh, it's." So just ignore that. Just save your breath for the boss. All right. Usually, just save your breath for the boss. And lastly, for the environment, you're going to war. So I would suggest like eating a heavy meal. Bring your water, your favorite drink, not alcoholic drink, but like energy drink, coffee, stuff like that. A pen, book, you know what I mean, or like a shot, like I don't know, spray your favorite scent. Like you're just going to stress yourself out, right? But before any of the environment, before I go into any of the steps, right? If you got somebody in your life that would rather do this for you, let them do it, right? Like you not becoming a negotiator overnight. You know what I mean? Like it's just not gonna happen. Like you're not going to like be negotiating cars for everybody and everywhere. Like this is like maybe like a 1-2 time, like maybe like 5 times your lifetime kind of thing, right? Maybe you do it for your kids, maybe you do it for your like I don't know, but you have somebody like a dad that like want to do this, let them go do it. You know what I mean? Or you got like a friend that want to go do it, let them go do it. Like whatever you gotta do, like you gotta pay them. You want to get them lunch, dinner, whatever favors you want to give them. Let them. It's not. It's an art. It's an art. It's not for the light of heart. Sometimes, especially in this places, like those sleazy kind of like dark things. I'm not really too sure about like your Toyota dealership and like your Facebook Marketplace stuff like that. I'm not really too sure about those like kind of people, or your Craigslist kind of thing. I feel like they have like their own problems, but for this particular time of particular base of like environment that you're gonna buy this car, like these dealerships, I call these like auto dealerships. I'll just send somebody. You know what I mean? Like this. I don't know. Anyway. That's just my opinion. But like I don't have like a dad. I mean I have a dad, but like he's not here, and like I'm not gonna call my dad all the way from his place to come and do this, and like my homie, she's not gonna call her dad from all the way to do this place. So like you gotta be an adult or whatever and kind of like do it. So all right, nonetheless, here's the rules. Rule number 1: really consider not buying from a dealership. Like I can't even emphasize this. Like I would rather like do all these rules like with a like the best case scenario is like you find somebody like a chill dude, a grandma, somebody that like gives a dime, and like you talk to them, you negotiate, you maybe like find like some Kelly Blue Book value, you scratches here and there, you know what I mean, like that. Like I rather deal with those kind of people. You know what I mean? Like they're more reasonable, I feel. Right, especially on the videos, all the YouTube car flipping videos I be watching, like it seems like more chill back and forth and stuff like that. All right, rule number two is like, but if you do decide, then like go then rule number two. So rule number two is like research the car you want. Like I am so serious. Like we went to go look at a Toyota Camry, 2020, like 8th generation. So 2020, I don't know how far that goes to, but 2019. Again, see, I don't know nothing about no cars. So 2019, but like I know that generation. I know the problems in the generation. I know the signs of of that generation. I know like what to look for, like basic stuff to like see. Let's just follow the YouTube video. You know what I mean? Like I wrote a little checkbox list, and I brought it with me, and I just went down the list of stuff like that to look at. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to put it in my head. I'll just follow it. So stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like get yourself prepared to get into like another car, because I feel like with cars and learning this about cars, there's some more cars that are definitely more reliable and other stuff, and I feel like there's different definitions about reliability in one common sense, and I think there's just more cars that's like are when like reliability, I feel like sometimes they mean like easy to fix, right? That's what I'm hearing most of the time, like easy to fix, easy to repair, right? Like somebody can fix it for you, or like it's not that difficult for you to fix it or do basic maintenance on it, right? You don't have to remove like the engine or transmission, all these stuff I learned. I didn't even know like I didn't even anyway, all this stuff like that, or like struts or whatever the springy things are in front of the car, like all that stuff. Like just know that if you can be able to do that stuff, and that stuff that don't even matter no more, because if you take your stuff to like a dealership to go get repaired, they put it in a computer and they pump out. Like I saw like a transmission change for like almost $250. I was like, what? Like I watched a YouTube video and it's like a 10-minute thing, and I'm like, yo, what? And I there's a whole different world. I'm not even gonna get into that. Like, but anyway, research the car before you buy it, and never, and I swear, never buy a car that you did not research, because they love to like bait and switch. Oh, if that car don't fit you, we got this other car. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that car don't make no sense. We'll try buy this, and it's the same price. Like if you negotiate the price that they're trying to get for you. So like, yo, how I'm going to hop on a worser car, or not? Sorry, I don't even know there's a word. Like a worse car than like I originally. Some dealership dude was like, yo, I was like pricing this car for like 10.5, right? That's the highest I was willing to pay, and he was like, oh, I can sell you this Toyota Camry 2017 for that 10.5. I'm saying, yo, bro, I want the 2019 for 10.5, 2017 for 10.5. Like, okay, like then I looked it up. It has 200K miles, accident reports up the wazoo, and like I'm like, for 10, bro, you better give me that for $5,000. Like I'm doing you a favor. Like what? Like that's the kind of anyway. Because it's a war environment, and they're doing sales, they're doing all that stuff like that. So you gotta keep in mind that like that's just the nature of it, right? Like that thing would be pissing me off. Like just when they say that, this would be triggering me. Like what do you what? Like they don't respect you, dog. They don't care about you, dog. Like they don't see you as a person. They don't see that you think you think. They don't think you think. I don't know. Maybe it's because of like how many people coming in and out there and like all that stuff. But I'm not gonna get into that. Like I'm not gonna get into society and our reliance on cars, especially in like Midwest and areas that don't have like good public transport. I'm not talking about that. I'm gonna do another video about that or not. Okay, number 3. My bad. Number 3. Negotiate the price before you go. Like, yo, if you can call, like you can text, you can like email, right? Negotiate the price. And when I mean the price, I'm talking about the out the door price. You know, some people be like calling it the OTD price. I'm like, yeah, I get it. You read a book, right? All right, cool. But it's the out the door price, and what that means is like includes like tax, title, fees, tags, like etc. Sometimes you go in there and be like, do you have a license plate or non license plate? I was like, what's the like? They're gonna charge me for that too? Like I can get that like off. Just say yes, you got a license plate. Like it seems that would be more cheaper than you not getting a license plate. Like I can get a license plate later, right? All that. So that out the door price is like everything, right? Like when you that's how much you're going to pay. Like here's the money. Like you're not no non-fee, no nothing like that, like whatever. So you really want to like talk about that. Like any other price that you're not talking about and you don't mention out the door price, right? Just know you're going to get yourself into some foolery, right? They're going to tag on everything they can to make more money out of you, right? And when you get that price, if you do a text, right, you just make sure that they say like, okay, out the door price, including tax and fees. They write it all down for you on a text, or they do it in the email. If you're doing a call, tell them to send you, like, give them your email or your whatever you have. If you do, I know some people don't have no laptops or whatever like that. Like, if you do it on the phone, make sure you do it on the phone. So make sure you got that in writing. It's like very important to get that in writing, because like you could negotiate all that on the phone and talk like that, and it might take some time, and you can go maybe some days going back and forth, and like you don't even have it in paper, and you're coming inside the dealership saying like, yo, I talked to Frank or I talked to Jessica and she said this, and you'd be like, who you? You know what I mean? So that's that. Number 4, I would say like, do drive the car. Right, like, okay, this is for people like, if you're doing the inspection, like, you're looking at the car, like, that's like no brainer, right? You're gonna look at the car, you're gonna see like the condition of the car, no major cosmetic issues. And when I mean major cosmetic issues, I'm like rust, a bumper, or like in my case, like, I had a bumper missing, seatbelt, it wouldn't start until they had to like plug some stuff into the barrier to get it jumping. You see, I don't even know nothing about no cars. The trim falling out, right? Like there was a gaping hole at the back of a trunk, and it was rusted, and it was eaten into the truck, right? That's like cosmetic issues. That's like, oh, you can't. They can't just fix. You know what I mean? Like they have to buy a new part. They have to replace it. I saw the same Camry. The hood wouldn't stay up. Like that, it was broken. And they wanted full price for that, 14 grand for that. Yelling at me that it's a Camry. Like Kelly Blue Book is a Camry. I'm like, yo, bro. I was like, bro, you got a computer, right? Let me just log into your computer, right? We can walk through the whole Kelly Blue Book trade-in value type vibe, and for that, and put all that thing in there, bro. It would not reach 14K. It would not hit 10K, right? Anyway, like, what? Anyway, whatever. So, like, yeah, so drive the car, see the car, and listen to it. Like drive it on the highway. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in a place that has access to a highway or whatever, like, drive it for a long time. Or drive it like you own it. You know what I mean? Like, my homie was doing the test driving part, and, she was scared driving. I'm like, yo, this is going to be your car, right? Right? And I know some of you might think about, like, why are you going to even continue to see a car that has all those problems? And I agree with you, right? I personally would never, ever, like, I was like, once I saw the hole, once I saw the check engine light, I was like, yo, let's dip. They're like, I just want to see the price. I just want to know the price. Like, if it's a good price, then I'm willing to, like, buy the car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if she get a low enough price, she's willing to fix all those stuff. I was like, bro, like, why don't you just fix your old car then? Like, you know what I mean? But that's personal issue stuff. So, yeah, drive the car, see if you like it, be aware of any sounds and stuff like that. And me accent, like, I'm not a car guy, right? So I listen to all this. This is like a research engine, number 2. You be hearing out stuff that's just like sound weird, right? And you can be super critical in this point, right? If you just don't even like the sound, it's like, I don't know what this is. What is this? Like, you, like, anything that you just don't feel comfortable with, just note it down in your notebook that you brought, right? All right, number 5, right? And I promise you guys, please, especially if you don't know nothing about no cars, right? get a pre-purchase inspection, right? A pre-purchase inspection, right? Like this is this this is where a mechanic, right? If you're doing like pre-purchase, like it can be two ways, right? Actually, it can be two ways. It can be like mechanical. It can be cosmetic, right? If you're lucky, you can do both, right? And like sometimes I just push it, right? With whoever that salesperson I was with, I just pushed it. I did both, right? And I was like, oh, I gotta go to another place because that was just this and that was just that. I had a kid, and he didn't know no better, or maybe even did. I don't know, because it's just like when I saw that check engine light, I was just like, what other problems on this Camry, 2020 Camry, I'm going to experience, right? So I took it both on the cosmetic side, cosmetic and mechanical side, right? Knowing that mechanic, like, yeah, there's problems and I'm going to have to, like, probably do a whole maintenance, whatever check and stuff like that or whatever, and replace a few parts or whatever. Like, yeah, it's 2020 and that's like, 5 years ago that, like, it was a rental car, right? Like, the person before it did not care about it, like, at all. Anyway, I would definitely invest in that. Sometimes it's free. Like, I went for the cosmetic one, where they lifted it up, they look at the muffler, they look at some other places like that. Like, that was free. They did that for free. I called beforehand. You know what I mean? I found a place that was like nearby, but not too nearby. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're homies with all the other people around there. Like, I'm so skeptical about like what they are and who they are and like how they mess with. Like, I no chill at all. So I'm definitely like being super aware of that. But like the cosmetic guy was like, yeah, you need to like get this whole like sand out, buffed and replaced. And I was just like, yo, this the patch. And I was like, this is the whole hood, like trunk of the car. Like, you know what I mean? It's too low, so all that plastic stuff is like hitting the car, and you gotta maybe you might want to consider getting it raised a little bit. I'm scratching my head with stress, man. And then the mechanic stuff, I was like, all right, it was out the wazoo. Meanwhile, the sales associate is all there, right? Absorbing this knowledge. Just there, chilling, playing with his phone. Anyway, so sometimes they charge you $100. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's $100. Like, call beforehand. If you can negotiate that one too, that's be cool. I wouldn't trust anything they say that they can do. So that's just it. All right, number 6. If you come back, right? Number 6 is like negotiate if there's issues, right? You come back from the pre-purchase inspection, you drove the car, and you're coming back. Now it's time to like see if you're gonna pay for the car, you're gonna finance the car, whatever the car, right? This time I'll bring up any issues that I have in the car that needs to be fixed, and you get all those issues if you did the pre-purchase inspection. Again, I can't emphasize the pre-purchase inspection, right? It's just like maybe it's not like a holistic, because sometimes mechanics just be like weird, right? You be thinking like they just know everything about everything, but like they just don't really know everything about everything. They know a lot of things about some things, but not everything about everything. And you start thinking about like, oh, really nobody really know anything about anything. You have like a general knowledge about some things, and maybe some people are like really good at like particular things, but not really. And sometimes you be going in to like fix your car sometimes. This side note, fix your car sometimes, and like you send to the mechanic, he's like, yo, fix whatever you can, like, needs to be fixed. And then like 2 weeks later, your car has a check engine light. Like, why? Because you just send it to the mechanic and you stress like, yo, I just send it to the mechanic. That's that kind of thing. Like, yo, they just be, maybe they will just go through like a maintenance run. Like, I don't know if they're doing like an engine diagnose. I don't know if they're tearing out the whole engine to see like whatever, expecting like that. I don't know. If you find a good mechanic that would do like really, really take care of you, I would definitely keep them and like, send them a little something, when holiday season comes, and you know what I mean, like send them a plate or something. Like, I don't know. I think that's like competent people. It's like worth the pay. But anyway, if you don't find any issues, then you're done. Right? You don't find any issues, you want the car, then you go into financing or you pay cash. Financing is a whole other thing that I'm gonna get into later. But like, you're done. And guess what? You ready to negotiate how much you wanted to pay for the car in the beginning. So you just give them money and you're out there. And you sign whatever, stuff like that, and do all that paperwork, and you're good. But say, for instance, you're going to find problems. And you usually do. Right? You're usually going to find some problems. Right? See if you're okay with those problems. right? See if you're okay with those problems. See if you're fixing those problems. Because 6B is like, I wouldn't, and this is my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. You don't have to follow it. I do not trust them saying they're going to fix it. I simply do not trust at all that they're going to fix it. And just off of my experience of how they said they're going to fix the rear like trim window thing coming on, and they glued it. I legit saw the mechanic, the in-house mechanic, before we went off on the test drive, bring some glue the thing on it, and the thing wouldn't stay on the mirror. He glued the trim on it, right? I did a quick chat GGP like, yo, this thing's falling out. Like, how do you repair it? You need to get a brand new part. Like, a brand new system needs to be put into that. Like, duh, right? And he definitely know it. But it's like, just off of that, like, yo, okay, if they just, like, really think I'm dumb, right, that I can't just Google this thing like that, like, I'm just going to take the word, like, what else can they say they can fix? You know what I mean? Like, you know how easy it is to, like, erase codes off of a car? Like, you get this, like, OB2D or OBD2 scanner. Like, it's like the thing that they diagnose. I don't even know what it's fully fucking called. I'm sorry. My bad. I don't even know what it's even called. Right? Like, it's, like, the thing that, like, if you put it in your car, you put, like, it tells you all the code readings, and you just, like, Google the readings based on your car. And, like, there's an option on that thing that you can just, like, delete codes. Right? And the code won't come up if it's like an issue, like an immediate issue for the car, so it won't come up when you're on it. It might come up a little later when you already paid for the car and you're off the lot. You feel me? And they'll quote unquote fix. So that's how skeptical I am for these people, right? Like they that's how I'm in. So I wouldn't really trust it. I would just be like, how much personally it would take for me to go fix it, like maybe at a dealership, maybe at other independent like mechanic place. Like, I'll take that in consideration when negotiating the price. And here and there, that's on me. That's my opinion on that. Like, cosmetic issues too, as well as like mechanical issues. And number 8, be okay walking away. Like, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of the cars like that. Like, there's not one Toyota Camry 2020. I don't know. There's several of them. Whatever car you fawning over, there's a lot of them. Especially if you're like not like a specialty car or whatever car. But I feel like a specialty car and whatever car, that's a different game. It's a different mindset. It's a different ball game. Like, you're playing. Like, it's not this one that we regular people playing, right? You just want a car to go to work. Like, unfortunately, we in a state that like doesn't have transportation. Like, I went to go pick up some cash to go pay for this car, and I stopped at a Chase Bank, and I was like, oh, it's cool because the dealership is just like a 9-minute drive from the bank. So I'm like, maybe 18-minute walk. Whatever. I'm from a city that has public transportation. I'm like, all right, bet. Then I come out and I Google it, and it's like an hour, 30-minute walk. So I'm like, yo, what? Like, huh? Of course, I called an Uber to take me there because I'm not walking 130 minutes there. But like, yeah, just be willing to walk away and stuff like that. So that's my rules. That's my rules. 1, I'm gonna iterate. 1, like, really consider not buying from like those sleazy dealerships. 2, do your research. 3, negotiate the price before you go there. 4, drive the car like you own it. 5, get a pre-purchase inspection. 6, negotiate the issues if you do find it. So lower down the price. Again, don't forget you want the out the door price, etc. And like, really consider whether you want the people that's selling you the car to fix the car that you like. I feel like at that point, like, you should have fixed it already. You know what I mean? Like, you should have fixed this because you wanted to sell it, right? Like, duh. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Regrets. And this is like, not regrets, but like final notes or stuff like that like I kind of like figured out like during, like, after the fact, right? Like, they don't listen to you, right? You can do all the research sometimes in these places. They won't listen to you. I don't know about the dealerships, again, like the Toyota dealerships and like Facebook Marketplace people like that. Like, I don't know. Right? But these people, they don't listen to you. They know though. They know like what you talk. They just start shouting in the car. It's a Toyota Camry. I had this dude. He's shouting at me. It's a Toyota Camry. I'm not letting it go for nothing for 14K. I was like, bro, who you yelling at? Because I'm looking around. It's definitely not me. Like, it's definitely not me. Like, yo, and I'm on this whole Usha, like, namaste energy vibe right now that I'm, like, my friends are trying to get me into, you know what I mean? So I'm, like, very, like, against yelling, right? And, like, telling people to suck my blank and to go and to do up. Like, I'm going to go against, like, jump off up and, like, walk into the, like, I'm trying to get against that. So he got lucky, for sure. And another one is like, smile and be nice. Like, I always hear, like, yo, when you negotiate, you smile and be nice. I feel like you just be stern. Like, you be stern, like, all right, like, this is what I can do. Let silence, fill in some of the gaps sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, what's your best? Are you flexible? Like, you use words like that to, like, try to, like, continue to knock them out the price. Don't listen to the buzz boy or the buzz girl that's, like, telling you, like, oh, there's nothing we can do. And I was like, yo, bring your boss. Let's talk to your boss. You know what I mean? I want to hear what your boss says. All right? You negotiate with the boss, so you can negotiate twice. Those people, like, I had one. Like, the second one, I was going to look at the 2019 Toyota Camry. And the person that was showing me the Camry was like, yo, you can't see this Camry without an application. I'm like, what? Just to see the Camry, I got to fill out this form, an application. I had credit check, shows everything. I was like, brother, where's your boss? And the boss is right there. He's like, oh, hey, Frank, can he see the car? And I'm like, yeah, there's no problem. Oh, okay, you can see the car. And I was like, and I it's like a three-way call. I'm talking to him, and he's talking to his boss. And I'm like, yo, little one, I'm just going to talk to your boss. All right, okay, is the car there? Can I see the car there? Whatever car there. Sometimes they'll be I heard sometimes they don't even allow you to even touch the car without putting an application or stuff like that or whatever. Tell them you're paying cash. And so tell them you're paying cash. Right? Like, you got the money right here. They don't need to know if it's true or not. Like, open all the doors. Go see it. You can avoid, like, nothing's really a no. It's usually a maybe in these places, right? Like a maybe. I mean, of course, it's a no. They don't want to sell you the car, but, like, sometimes it's like a maybe in these places. Like, it's chill. All right. But I don't know where I was going with this. But, like, yeah. I'm just going to go to the next one. Again, I'm saying walk away. Be patient with yourself. You know what I mean? This is something that's, like, brand new to you. You know what I mean? Like, you can watch all the YouTube videos and all that stuff like that. And people are like, oh, you need to learn cars this and you need to learn cars that. And for me, it was like, if I don't really know anything, unless like I see like the new version and then like the old version, like it being worn out, and then I personally have to replace it, and I have to do it like a few times, right? And that's how I learn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely do absorb a lot of information by just like reading and like watching videos, stuff like that. But like where the real learning for me usually happens is like doing, and repetition. So have some grace with yourself, sometimes it's just like, you might not get a good deal. You know what I mean? You might get yelled at like me. I got yelled at because I offered $7,000 for the Toyota Camry 2020, and he was like, nah, he just lost his shit, yelling at me and stuff like that. So I was just like, all right, bro. Even though I told all the problems and stuff like that, he didn't care. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that, like, and I was like, all right, maybe I shouldn't have said, like, gone that low. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have said, but I was like, not even going to buy it, to be for real. I was like, it was not that low. I just learned my lesson. Like, next time I'm just not even going to listen to my friend. I'm just going to walk away. And I'm like, you can go negotiate. Like, go ahead. I'll be outside. So, like, be patient with yourself. It's new. You're going to get better at it as you do it more. The first one is always like, I usually put like this, like, if I'm going to the car, I'm going to the one that's like, the one I don't really like the best, right? But like, if I get a good deal, hey, awesome. You know what I mean? But if I don't, I'm like not really sad, and that was what I did. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna go through like warranties and financing. I'm not really too much about the financing guy. I feel like this is like a whole different kind of thing. I saw some this story one. It was like this dude traded in his car, like Nissan Altima car, like one of those beater college cars, and he there was like a conversation I overheard. He was like, "Oh," the guy was like, "Oh, I just need to make more money. That's the problem, right?" Brother. Yes. Yes. If you had more money, you wouldn't need to trade in your car because you're not going to get a good value for your car. You know what I mean? At all. That is going to take advantage of you in the car. And then he finances the car. Now, going into financing, like, I know, like, Dave Ramsey and, like, Caleb, all these financial channels on YouTube be talking about, like, how that's, like, a bad deal and you should have cash to pay for your car. And if you do, good. But if you don't, great. Now you know, right? Like, now you know, right? But, like, life be lifing. And you need a car to go to work tomorrow. Or you need a car to, like, do X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. Just know that, like, you're sacrificing something. Just know that you're sacrificing something. You're sacrificing, like, it's like, I feel like it's like a short-term gain kind of thing. Like, short-term gain, long-term loss, right? Like, my homie she got this, like, bank financing, 13 grand 900 at like 13.59 interest rate. I don't know how many years was, but when we did the calculation, it turned to like 22K, right, total that she had to pay back, plus interest included. I was like, yo, you can buy a lot of things with 22K in that time. You know what I mean? Like, will the car even still be here at that time? You know what I mean? Like, I started thinking about it, like, yo, maybe just fix your car, your old car. So what it is like money is always like money versus time, right? Like, if you want to save time, you pay money. If you want to save money, you sacrifice time. And that's why I'm learning this. I'm still growing up. Nobody really taught me any of this stuff like that, and I'm still learning. So I just want to leave y'all on that. So let me know if I miss anything. I definitely did miss any stuff like that. So maybe I'll do a part 2 on this. Put it on the comments, or put it in the chat. I'll get back to you. Thank you so much. Bye.